Knicks family, what's popping? It's your boy. There we go. Now we got the stuff back around us. Tony, what's popping with your man? The Knicks. Knicks take a L tonight, last night to the Boston Celtics, 114-98. Everything started off fine and dandy until, you know, it collapsed in the fourth quarter. Everything collapsed in the fourth. 3 good quarters by the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, and then it collapses in the fourth quarter. And I know you guys already know this. I'm sure you've seen a bunch of shows already and all of that. I apologize. It's got to be a late one for me because I'm traveling. I'm on the road. So me and Tony decided to jump on for about 20 minutes or so and talk a little bit of Knicks. But Tony,
What's good, son?
what's up with it, man? Tough it all.
For sure. Shout out to the chat. Yo, Black is time. Yeah, man. It's been a tough couple days for me. Got
Yeah,
stuck in
I know. I
stuck
know.
in New York City. I would have loved the extra day, but my daughter, she didn't want to miss school, so
Yeah.
that sucked. And then looking forward to this game. Thought it was gonna be a dub, like you said, three real good strong quarters, and just couldn't put it home at the end. But we'll talk about it, break it down.
Yeah, man. Especially the first half, right? The first half, the Knicks really looked good. They looked great in the first half. You know what I mean? Every time, they built an 8 point lead on several occasions. Every time the Celtics looked like they were, you know, coming back, the Celtics would cut it to 4. The Knicks build it back up to 8. But like you were saying earlier, it seemed like the Knicks should have been up by more than that because they were playing good, right? And the Celtics, of course, the Celtics are the Celtics, so they're not just going to go down easy. They were right there, right, right there, and the Knicks couldn't stop them from scoring. Finally, in that third quarter, because even in the third quarter, the Knicks, uh, top of the third quarter, they gave up the lead. I think they finally got, they got it back to 72-72, maybe it was. And at that point, the Celtics kind of took over the game. And in the fourth quarter, man, it just came down to Jason Tatum, to be honest with you. Jason Tatum was killing the Knicks in the fourth quarter. He killed the Knicks in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they did a relatively good job on him, for the first 3 quarters. He was still on pace to, get 20, but he really just dominated the fourth.
Yeah.
Even in that first half though, like you were saying, it just felt like we should have been up by more. And a lot
Hmm.
of times that when I'm watching games, um, without even looking at the score or what I mean, I could kind of look at how the game's going and kind of project what it should be or how I
Right.
feel it should be. And
Right.
even on the flip side, I look at it from a Celtics perspective and I'm like, hey, they going into the second half feeling confident,
Hmm.
knowing that they should be down by more. They just ended the second quarter on a nice little run to cut into the lead. I think what they cut it down to one, right? But at
Yeah.
halftime.
By halftime. Yeah, I think it was 1 by halftime. Yeah.
So nice little stretch to end that second quarter for them. So I
Hmm.
knew they were gonna come in, confident, knowing that we should be down by more. You know what I mean? And we ended these first quarter strong, ended the second quarter strong.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and a lot of times it's like it works my nerves because now I'm like, all right, what Nick team are we gonna get? You
And
know what I mean?
yeah.
We didn't
Nah.
give ourselves enough cushion.
Right. Without a doubt, what Knicks team, because the Knicks go through these stretches, like you were saying, right? The Knicks went through several stretches where they couldn't score the ball. The Knicks go through these stretches, and it's just not. I don't know. They don't have that kind of firepower, in my opinion. Teams like the Celtics, when you have a Jason Tatum, they have that kind of firepower where they can go through some stretches. And Jason Tatum will probably bail them out when it comes down to it, right? I'm just not sure if the Knicks have it. Even with Jalen Brunson, so far this season, I don't know if the Knicks have that. So they've got to figure out ways to not go through so many uh, pitfalls, so many stretches where they're not scoring the ball. You know what I mean? And I don't know. What do you think about that?
I agree 100%. Two stretches, one in each half of 4 minutes and 30 plus seconds where we didn't have a field goal, or
Mm,
didn't get a free throw. Um, we got dominated in the points in the paint, which is not something that tends to happen with us. We played a good game from three, you know, but we had no interior game. I think that's where we missed RJ a lot, knowing that he could get downhill, he could get to the free throw line, he could
mm,
he attacks the basket, probably the best on his team. Um, and then yeah, Brunson was neutralized as far as getting into the getting into the paint. Quickly was neutralized as far as getting into the paint. I don't know exactly what the numbers was, but we got dominated in points in the paint, and you know that's a strength of ours. They took something away from us.
right, right. And I don't know what it is with playing Boston, but again tonight the Knicks shot very well from the 3-point line, 42.9% from the 3-point line, right? But only shot 41% from the field. The Celtics this time they shot 44% from the 3-point line. They were killing them, killing the Knicks in the second half from the 3-point line, and they shot 50% from the field overall. They shot 93, basically 94% from the free throw line, with the Knicks are shooting 70.8% from the free throw line. And you mentioned points in the paint. Boston 34, the Knicks 18.
Doubled up.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, almost doubled it up. So I don't know what it is against the Celtics that the Knicks have a hard time scoring in the paint. I mean, Kristaps Porzingis is there. He's having a good season, I guess, from blocking shots. He's averaging about 1.5 blocks per game. I don't know what it is about their defensive strategy that where the Knicks so far this season have been struggling to shoot the ball from the 2-point range against the Celtics. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're knocking down threes, they're hitting threes, but they can't score from two.
I mean, believe it. I mean, I'll be honest. It's the two new additions. It's Drew
Uh-huh.
Holiday who's really like tonight. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of Boston games, obviously, other than the two against the Knicks, but you could really feel his impact on the game tonight, Drew
Mhm.
Holiday. Those same scoring droughts that we went through, Boston is prone to go through those as well. And you mentioned them having the superstar like Tatum, but Drew came out maybe not down the stretch in the fourth, but throughout the game in those just clutch moments, clutch baskets. And obviously he's a terror on the defensive end. And then KP, especially with Mitchell Robinson on the floor, what he's able to do is get Mitchell Robinson away from the paint, which
Mhm.
neutralizes his rebounds. How many
Mhm.
rebounds he had today? The three offense, 6 rebounds, because he's not anywhere by the basket. And
Right.
then on the flip side, KP is able to be a help defender with Mitch not leaving the perimeter. So now that paint is protected even more because KP is there, but he's only looking for a lob threat for Mitch, and anything else he could help off of.
Right.
So
Right. And,
it's
and
like
and and also because Mitch, and obviously this is, we want Mitch to continue doing what he's doing, but because Mitch, whenever a shot goes up, he's diving to the basket for the rebound, right? So now, uh, Chris Stapps can easily, well, he knows Mitch is going to dive to the basket. He knows Mitch isn't going to shoot from the outside, So you know what? Let me make my way to the basket now, quick and easy. You know what I mean? And listen, last night, I was praising Mitch for everything that he did, giving player of the game. I'm not coming down
blaming.
on Mitch.
Mhm.
I'm just saying this is what it is. And one of the reasons that it's tough for the Knicks to score on the inside versus the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, it's not knock on Mitch. We're talking about this matchup, this team. So
This
so
team.
that's something we got to look out against. So I mean, we just talked about it a little bit earlier as well. Um,
Right.
Boston showing their hand, and the game's out of reach, but they went to that hacker Mitch down the stretch. You know what I mean? It wasn't to prevent us from going on a run and coming back. You know what I mean? It was either to send a message to the Knicks, if this game is close and it comes down the stretch, y'all
This
got a
was
decision to make. You know what I
exactly
mean?
right.
So
Right. That's good coaching.
it's
That's good coaching because not only are they um, saying, "Hey, this is what we're going to do," but they're also practicing
hmm
for when they're ready to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because we see teams all the time, try to do certain things and they make silly mistakes, because they haven't really practiced it. You know what I mean? They just, the coach thought of it and said, "All right, let's do it." You know what I mean? This was a situation where they said, "All right, we can practice, not just for the Knicks, but when we play somebody else who has a center similar to Mitchell Robinson that can't shoot free throws or whatever it is, boom, this is what we can do." You know what I mean? So now we've practiced it a little bit. We understand the routine, and there it is. There it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, tough loss for the Knicks tonight. I thought the Knicks was going to get this win. First quarter, first half, I was like, yeah, the Knicks, they ready. They want this. They wanted it. There's no doubt about it. They wanted it. You
a
know,
lot of
uh,
things to be encouraged about.
you know, they got to figure out how to even through the winning streak. Um, I think the Knicks let teams back in, right? I think they got to figure out how to not let teams back in. Especially a team like the Celtics. The Celtics are going to keep coming no matter what. They're a championship level team. They're going to keep coming no matter what, right? Then it's got to figure out how to not let teams back in it, and I think they've also got to figure out how do we execute against teams at this level. I think we've had problems so far this season executing against uh, twice against the Celtics down the stretch, um, against the Milwaukee Bucks down the stretch. You know what I mean? Both games, our first game against the Celtics, we had a chance to win it, had a lead down the stretch. Against Milwaukee, had a chance to win it, had a lead down the stretch. You know what I mean? But we couldn't execute. We lost those games due to poor execution. Tonight in the fourth quarter, we couldn't stop Jason Tatum. It was about Jason Tatum, but we also didn't execute on the other end. If you can't stop Jason Tatum, then you got to score on the other end, and the Knicks weren't able to get good shots on the other end. They
And
struggled.
we
You know what I mean? They struggled to execute on the other end. You know, uh, um, I don't know. Third loss on a back to back. Any thoughts into that for you?
um not I'm not gonna blame that on this loss. Number one, at this point, it was this the third back to back so far, right? He said third loss on the back to back, third back to back this early in the season. I'm not gonna, what I mean, the first two a lot earlier in the year, or whatever. Well, not a lot, what I mean. Right by this point, we should be used to it. We got another one coming up. You know what I mean? So
I mean,
we got
I'm not even saying blaming the back to back. I think what I'm saying is
no, but I think they played well. That's what I mean. Like their bodies are adjusted to it by now, having three so early, or this being the
right.
third one so early in the season. I don't think the second night of the back to back affected them. Um, I just think it was. I mean, it could have, but I think it was. We were right there. It was like poor execution. Besides the fourth quarter, we didn't close out first, second, third quarter well. Like I said, we should have been up if we was up 15 or even 10 going into that fourth. You know what I mean? Maybe we withstand the Jason Tatum run. But
Yeah,
I think three this early. I think we're actually probably benefiting us. You know what I mean?
right. I guess my question is, are you concerned that we aren't winning off the back to back? Right.
Not
That
not.
we haven't won a game on the second night of a back to back.
Not really, not really. I think we got two more. Um, nah, I think that's mental. You,
Okay.
you you know what I mean? I think it's mental. I think you get over that, especially coming off a win. You know what I mean? Um, last game, guys didn't have to play heavy minutes, so I think it's all just mental. I think they were up for this game, so nah, I'm not concerned with that in particular. Just
Okay.
like the second game of it,
Yeah. Hopefully, we don't have to deal with too many more back to backs.
I think we got two more,
Two more back to backs.
two or three more. I know the most was five. It was either five or six, and we were in
Mhm.
that category for most. I mean, it's us and like two other teams that got like either five or six back to backs.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, what do you think about RJ migraine?
Um, I used to you know, call players soft for not playing with a migraine until I got a migraine, and it's hard for me to do some things that aren't physical
Hmm.
with a migraine. So I could only imagine, running up the court, um, lights hurt with a migraine. A
Yeah.
basketball bouncing might sound like, what I mean, might sound like an airplane in your ear or something. You know what I mean? Like, so I just know we need him to not miss many games this year for a couple reasons. If you want to, try to be eligible for some awards. He's
Right.
been our best player so far, so that's a big reason why we don't want to miss have him missing games. And he came back from the last absence and didn't miss a beat, but normally history shows that he doesn't usually come right back from a good stretch after injury and then, or after missing a game and just not miss a beat. So I don't want to keep taking this shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's rolling, he's hot right now. Let's hope he keeps it going.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt about it. Um, yeah, man. I mean, I don't know what I think about it. He had a migraine. If you really have a migraine, I guess it's best for you to sit out because you never know. You don't want to mess around with your brain. You know what I mean? You don't know. Um, I think it shows though how much the Knicks miss RJ when he's out. I'll say that. As far as the migraine stuff, I believe I'm sure he had a migraine. I mean, I'm not gonna discount that, but I think we clearly see how much we miss RJ when he's not there. Each time RJ's not played, the Knicks have, had periods where they really struggle offensively. And Josh Hart did a good job tonight filling in for RJ. 16 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists for Josh Hart. Shot
Good.
50% from the field, 50% from the 3-point line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Admirable job. But then guess what? We missed his production
IQ
coming off the bench,
and
right?
and IQ had a poor game. You know what I mean?
IQ
Like,
at
so
14.
so even if he made up for Barrett in a sense, you know what I mean, we still needed IQ to be IQ.
Right, right.
Grimes had a nice stretch in that third quarter. You know what I mean? I think he was 3 for 3, maybe even 4 for 4 from three. It's
Hmm.
nice to see him get 4 shots up in 1 quarter. Um, yeah,
Yeah. Any thoughts? Any thought? Well, before I get to that, Julius Randle, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists tonight. Did have 3 turnovers. He still only shot 37% from the field and shot 25% from the 3 point line. He was 9 for 11 from the free throw line. Um, Jalen Brunson, 26 points. He shot very well, 47% from the field, 42.9% from the 3 point line. Quentin Grimes had 12 points in that third quarter. He hit like two or three big threes that actually, yeah, two or three big threes that kept the Knicks right there. I don't know if it was, am I thinking third or I'm thinking in the second quarter when the Knicks kept going up by 8. Maybe it was then. I forgot when it was. But, he hit some shots, some very timely shots to help the Knicks keep a lead, I believe it was in the second quarter. But, in the
not
second half, nobody could do anything with the Knicks. We couldn't score at all in the second half. So,
yeah.
we were struggling big time in the second half. Only 98 points from the Knicks tonight. I do want to, ladies and gentlemen, since, we got 51 people here, I want to give something a little special to the people, Tony, at least show them something a little special. That's going to be coming out real soon. You know what I'm saying? What we have here, ladies and gentlemen, are some special edition shirts that my man Print Jurisdiction, me and Print Jurisdiction teamed up on some Jalen Brunson shirts, folks, and they're gonna be ready. They're gonna be ready for pre-order real soon, right? And what we're doing is we're beginning a comic book collection of T-shirts. Not really a comic book collection, but a series of T-shirts where our favorite New York Knicks players are comic book heroes. And the very first one is Jalen Brunson, ladies and gentlemen. So I want you to take a look at this here. Captain Clutch, folks. Captain Clutch. All right.
Nice.
Captain Clutch. NBK, print jurisdiction. These will be coming to you very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
Very, very soon. They'll be coming to you. As a matter of fact, we hope to have pre-order up maybe by the end of the week, where people can start pre-ordering um, color, black and white hoodies. See, we even got a nice cream color.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We got more than this coming too. More colors coming, more colorways, black and white color hoodies, all of that. Yeah, that's going to be real dope. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
MBK
that's cool.
Comics.
Yeah, NBK Comics, baby. Captain Clutch. You already know. It's going to be dope. So be on the lookout for that, ladies and gentlemen. And I just want to flash you real quick because, it's not even ready yet. So I just wanted to give people just a little glimpse of what's coming down the pike. You know what I mean? What's coming down the pike. Yeah. But
Fire.
yeah. But I think I'm gonna get up out of here, Tony. You know what I mean? It's 1:20.
Hold
Uh
on, hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. I know
okay,
you gotta get up early.
yeah, I
Um,
gotta get early, bro.
I wanna just highlight the you got your play of the game or your decision, your coach's decision.
Uh
I'm gonna give mine real quick.
I
Um,
have I do have my coach's decision though.
all right, I'm gonna go play of the game, and it was definitely the Josh Hart. He was about to travel up and down. You know what I mean? He should have shot the ball and threw it off Holiday's back, and then came back and hit the three. You seen that play?
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh, when he did that, I ain't gonna fret because that was another momentum play. I think we had we had lost the lead, but we had, you know what I mean, at 3 cut the lead to probably 1, or maybe got us back up 1. But when we made that play, when he made that play, I said either everything's gonna go right from now on, because it was the fourth quarter, or everything's gonna go terribly wrong. You know what I mean? Because it was just such a crazy play. So and of course everything went downhill after that. Josh, I
Yeah,
think he had about two or three turnovers right after that. A couple of bad fouls right after that. So it was like everything went wrong after that. Incredible, I'll say, high basketball
yeah,
play,
yeah.
high
Uh,
basketball IQ play. Excuse me.
you know what my coach's decision is? Tom Thibodeau played 8 guys tonight for the most part. On the second night of a back to back, and I know RJ was out. On the second night of a back to back, only 8 guys played significant minutes. Miles McBride played 1 minute and 6 seconds. Jericho Sims played 56 seconds. Other than that, it was Josh Hart, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, Quentin Grimes, Jalen Brunson, Emmanuel Quickly, Dante DiVincenzo, and Isaiah Hartenstein. Right. So on the second night of a back to back, and I know it was a blowout last night against Charlotte, but on the second night of a back to back against the Boston Celtics, you only played eight
With a
guys.
with a key guy out. Yeah.
The key
I
guy
I, I,
out.
I agree 100%. It's crazy because I even during the game was saying again, we said the same thing in game 1 about potentially playing Fournier, um if for no other reason against Boston, because he seemed to have his only good games last year against Boston.
Right.
But the fact that we're down RJ, even though we shot the ball well from 3 tonight, because you know what I mean, that was the argument in game 1. But like I said, we had those 2 stretches, 4 minutes, 30 plus seconds, where we didn't have a field goal. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So that could have, when you ask me about the back to backs, to me, the playing the 8 guys affected it more than just more than
The
the fact
back.
of the
Yeah.
back to back. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I agree
Right.
with you on that.
Yeah. Josh Hart, 43 minutes. Randall, 37 minutes. Mitchell Robinson, 33. Mitchell Robinson rarely plays 33 minutes. Right. Him and Isaiah Hartenstein split that time a little more evenly than that.
And
Quentin Grimes.
when he does play 33 minutes, his impact on the stats looks a whole lot different than tonight
Right.
for Mitchell
Right.
Robinson.
For Mitch. Quentin Grimes, 28. He normally doesn't play that many minutes. Jalen Brunson, 38. Quickly, 25. DiVincenzo, 16. Hartenstein, 14. Um, that's tough on the second night of a back to back. You know what I mean? And listen, you know, you look at the fourth quarter, that's one of the things you can point to. You can say maybe maybe they didn't have the energy that, you know, to play well in that fourth quarter because the players had to play so many minutes on the second night of a back to back. I think that's tough. Again, Fournier, I agree. Fournier should have played some minutes. And when you look at the Boston Celtics, not one person played 40 plus minutes, but guys did have deep minutes. Jalen Brunson, 36, Jason Tatum, 39, KP, 33, Derek White, 31, Drew Holiday, 36, Al Horford, 21, Hauser, 21, Peyton Pritchard had 19.
Yeah, one of their weaknesses was the strength tonight for Boston.
Yeah,
You
no
know what I
doubt.
mean? They got to really show their depth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But folks, I'm gonna get up out of here. It's 1:26. I got to get up and do this thing tomorrow, but I probably, because I didn't get to do anything long tonight, and I apologize that I'm not able to take any phone calls right now. It's just late, and I got to get up. I got to get up in the morning. You know what I mean? Um, and I just drove 2 hours. So, tomorrow I'll take some phone calls. I do want to let you get one more quick look at the Captain Clutch. These shirts coming out real soon, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, we will get them in Knicks colors too. I'll talk to my man over at Print Jurisdiction. We will get them in Knicks colors. You know what I'm saying? And these are prototypes right now. And actually, the one that you're looking at, that's not even full color yet. So, there's still a lot more that you guys got to see. But this is just a little something for you to look at, ladies and gentlemen.
I like
Yeah,
that cream.
Captain Clutch. Yeah, I like the cream too. So be on the lookout for pre-orders coming real soon. You know what I mean? All right, Tony. Appreciate you jumping on with me this late, bro.
Of course, Sim. Always.
Yeah, I'll probably try to jump on sometime tomorrow night. But until then, folks, we're out of here. Don't forget to support the channel. Cash App is $ nothing but Knicks. You know what I mean? Support the channel. You already know we've been demonetized, so any support is definitely appreciated, folks. We're out of here. Peace.